Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video is another conversation I had with somebody recently, reference clients. This gentleman's got, again, security companies in the close protection business, etc. And he phoned me up. He was pissed off at a client because he'd done the client a favor and he expected to get paid for that favor, or the client to give him some recognition at least, and the client just blew him off. He went out of his way. He'd done favors for the client he never had to do, because again, it's the type of guy he is. He provides a good standard of service, he goes over and above. But his issue was, and why he was pissed off, is the client took it for granted. Now, this is the trouble, where if you do favors for people, and I've seen jobs destroyed on this. If people, the CP team, the residential team especially, start doing favors for people, favors for clients, the client can end up taking that as not being a favor anymore, but as being regular. I've seen it, one job in London where, and again, years and years ago, I stood in on a residential job and I ended up walking off the job because the CP, the residential guys were required to move the client's baggage around. And I was like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not moving baggage. You got house staff, let them do it. For some reason, the house staff weren't moving the baggage. It was up to the security guys. And I take it that started because somebody did somebody a favor, and that favor in the end become expected behavior. Part of the role of the residential team was to lump the client's luggage around, which was a no-no in my books. They want to pay me, I'd have done it, but I'm not doing it for nothing, right? And if they told me beforehand, I could have said no to the job and not wasted my time turning up. But this is where, if you're doing the client favors, I'd say don't do clients favors. This is where the boundaries come in. It's business. And if you lose respect, if the client doesn't respect you anymore, then there's no point. You don't want to be treated like, yes, you want to be helpful to the client. Yes, I always say, my clients, I go out my way to make sure everything's done properly, but it's business and they pay. This gentleman, he's doing favors expecting a reward and he didn't get the reward. That's why he's pissed off. You know what, in life in general, if I'm going to do somebody a favor, if I'm going out my way for somebody, unless it's a business relationship, I don't expect anything in return. Why? Well, why am I doing the favor in the first place? I'm doing it a lot of times, if we talk about with clients, I'm doing them favors because it makes my life easier, because I'm not having to deal with their bullshit, or bringing outsiders and dealing with their bullshit. So some ways, going out the way for the client and doing things yourself can save problems and make your life a lot easier. But where it comes to the point where your little favors and your standard of service is taken for granted, then there's a problem. Once it's gone to that point, it's difficult to bring back. So this is where boundaries, and make sure the clients understand the limits of your service. As I said, all these Muppets that want to die for their clients, suck their dicks and do everything else, best of luck to them. They shouldn't be in the CP business. Well, they can be in the CP business, but they're not really credible in my books. Yeah, you have to have boundaries. It's a professional relationship. It's a business relationship. So again, nothing's free. And if you're going to do somebody a favor, make sure it's make sure you understand the chances are you're not going to get any credit for it, you're not going to get paid for it, etc., etc. If you want to get paid for it, make it clear before you do the favor that it's going to cost X amount of money and you want the money, or when you want the money and how you want the money. That's business. If you're not talking money and you're providing services, then you're providing a free service. Okay, so in general, if you're going to do a favor, don't expect anything in return. it's a favor. Anyway, follow me along on social media. I got a lot more videos up on LinkedIn, on X, which I prefer, LinkedIn and X. We've also got stuff up on Instagram and YouTube. We tend to back stuff up on YouTube, and I have an array of books up on Amazon that talk about various aspects of the close protection business, investigations, kidnap and ransom, crime fiction, etc. So follow us along on social media. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. In the meantime, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and you know what? If you intend to do somebody a favor, if you're doing favors for people, don't expect to get paid. Don't expect anything in return. And again, I've heard it from people, well, I've done this, I should get the, you know what? You've done it. And unless there's some type of agreement with the client or whoever you're doing the favor with, don't expect anything in return. Because generally, the way most people are, you go out your way to help them and they don't particularly care. You've helped them, you're the sucker for helping them, not getting paid, right? So be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble.